Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to Analog Electronics online class. I hope you done well in the exams. In the last class, we have discussed the one particular type of transistor that is called BJT. BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor. In this video, I am going to talk about another type of transistor which is also very important in the examination point of view, and that transistor named as FET stands for field effect transistor. As the second unit name suggests, that is BJT and FET, both are the transistors. BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor and FET stands for a field effect transistor. In the last class, we have discussed the BJT with its properties and with its junctions, and with its terminals. We have discussed the BJT. BJT stands for, it is a bipolar junction transistor. It can conduct the current due to the majority and the minority charge carriers, and it can have the two junctions, emitter junction and the collector junction. And it is a transistor which transfer the signal from one resistance to another resistance, that is called BJT. In this video, I am going to talk about the another popular electronic component that is called FET, stands for field effect transistor. Field effect transistor is nothing but due to the effect of electric field, it can conduct the current, and that current will flow from one terminal to another terminal in the presence of electric field, so that it is named as a field effect transistor. Due to the effect of electric field, in the presence of electric field, it can conduct the current from one terminal to another terminal, so that it is named as field effect transistor. In short, we can call it is FET, or we can call it is FET also. FET stands for field effect transistor, and then nowadays we have been going through the microelectronics, that is nothing but ICs technology we are going with. In the ICs, the most widely used component is the FET only, rather than the BJT. In construction of FET, we can make use the BJT only. In construction of construction of integrated circuit, rather than using the bipolar junction transistor, we can make use the transistor that is called FET, because FET is having some of the advantages over the BJT. Due to those advantages, the FET can widely used in the integrated circuits. What are the advantages it can offer, we will discuss in this class. First, I am going with the introduction about the FET. As I told just now, FET stands for field effect transistor. It stands for field effect transistor. As the transistor is nothing but, it can conduct the current, it can transfer the signal from low resistance to high resistance, or high resistance to low resistance. Transistor stands for transfer resistor. It is a basically resistor which transfer the signal from low resistance to high resistance. So BJT is a transistor which transfer the signal from one resistance to another resistance, so that it is also a transistor. Field effect transistor. Field effect transistor means by applying the voltage to this particular type of transistor, inside the transistor some electric field will be generated. That electric field is going to control the current through this device. That means what? Whatever we are going to apply the voltage which generates the electric field in the transistor, and such that electric field is going to control the current which is going to flow through that particular transistor. I am simply explaining why the name is FET. FET stands for field effect transistor. By applying the external DC voltage, or by applying the biasing voltage inside the transistor, there is an electric field will be generated such that that electric field is going to control the current flows through this device. So that it is named as FET, stands for field effect transistor. Transistor is nothing but it is an electronic device which transfers the signal from one level of resistance to another level of resistance. But this resistance, it is transferring the signal from one resistance to another resistance, means there is a variation in the current. That current can be controlled by the applied voltage. That applied voltage we can call it is a biasing voltage. That is FET. FET stands for field effect transistor. Then I am going to talk about some of the fundamental things about the FET. FET offers the very high input impedance compared to the BJT. BJT, when we talk about the BJT, BJT stands for the bipolar junction transistor. It has the three terminals, emitter, base and collector, and it has the two junctions, emitter junction and the collector junction. We know that emitter junction must be connected in forward bias and the collector junction must be connected in reverse bias. Then only it can be operated in the three regions: active region, saturation region and cutoff region. Here the point is one, we need to focus on that the emitter junction must be connected in forward bias in case of BJT. Forward bias means it offers the low resistance. Input side, the junction has been connected in the forward bias so that it offers the input impedance is very small. Whereas in case of FET, that is field effect transistor, input impedance of that particular transistor, input impedance of that FET transistor is more than the input impedance of the BJT. First point. Second point is when we compare the BJT with respect to the FET, we can get the BJT in smaller size compared to the BJT. We can get the FET, that is field effect transistor, in smaller size compared to the BJT. BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor. And the BJT offers the more noise than the FET, so that by having all these advantages, these FETs can widely used in the fabrication of integrated circuit. In short, we can call it as ICs. Now we are going through the microelectronics era, so that each and every device we have been getting in the form of an integrated circuit. Integrated circuit is nothing but it is a circuit on which all the transistors were integrated together to provide a specific function. And that transistor, whatever we are using the transistors in the construction of integrated circuit, that are mostly FETs only, because these are having the three main advantages. First one is FET offers the very huge input resistance compared to the BJT. We can avail the FET is in very small size, and noise offered by the FET is very negligible compared to the BJT. Due to these three advantages, we can widely use the FET than the BJT. BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor, whereas FET stands for field effect transistor. This is about the introduction of FET. The unit is BJT and FET. BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor. FET stands for field effect transistor. In the last class I have explained BJT. Now in this class I am going to talk about the FET, such that in coming classes we are going to discuss in detail of the BJT and FET with their respective their operation, with respective their types, with respective their configurations. We are going to talk. Then I am going to give the comparison between the BJT and FET. We can call it as BJT versus FET. BJT is nothing but bipolar junction transistor. Bipolar junction transistor. Bi means two. We know that bi means two. Polar is nothing but polarities, that is plus and minus. This is a transistor because BJT, T stands for transistor only, so that it is a transistor which conducts the current due to the two polarities. Bipolar means two polarities. It can conduct the current due to the majority and minority charge carriers, so that it is named as a bipolar. And it can have the two junctions, so that we can call it as bipolar bijunction transistor. And earlier in the earlier classes we have discussed that BJT is having the three terminals. BJT is having the three terminals: emitter, base and collector. Emitter, base and collector. Emitter is a region which is heavily doped and which can emit the charge carriers to the next layer. Collector is a region which is moderately doped, which collects the charge carriers. And base acts as a platform for the current conduction, and base is very thin layer. We have discussed this one. In between the base and emitter we can have the one junction that is called emitter junction. In between the base and collector we can have the one more junction that is called collector base junction. We have discussed that emitter base junction must be connected in forward bias and collector base junction must be connected in reverse bias. Then only emitter will emit the charge carriers to the base, so that the collector junction must be connected in reverse bias, so that then only the collector will receive the charge carriers, or collector will collect the charge carriers from the base and the emitter. So we have discussed all these properties in case of BJT. So that BJT is a bipolar junction transistor. It has the two junctions and the three terminals. Emitter, base, collector. Junctions are emitter base junction and the collector base junction. Emitter junction must be connected in forward bias and collector junction must be connected in reverse bias. When the emitter is connected in forward bias, then only the emitter will emit the charge carriers. When the collector is connected in reverse bias, then the collector collect the charge carriers. Then only collector collect the charge carriers. And the BJT can be operated in the three regions of operation. We have discussed, that is active region, saturation region and cutoff region. There are two types of BJTs. We know that is NPN transistor and PNP transistor. This is about the discussion about the BJT. Now I am going to talk about the same things with respect to the FET. FET stands for field effect transistor. We know that FET stands for the field effect transistor. That means what? Due to the electric field in the body, that transistor is going to conduct the current. In detail, when we apply the input voltage to the FET, that electric field will be generated in the transistor, and this electric field, due to this electric field, we are going to control the current of that transistor, so that it is named as FET. So by applying the biasing voltage to the FET, electric field will be generated, and that electric field is going to control the current through the FET, that is transistor. As the BJT is having the three terminals, that is emitter, base, collector, here also FET is also having the three terminals, that is called source, drain and gate. Source, drain and gate. So we know that BJT is having the three terminals, that is emitter, which emits the charge carriers, collector, which collects the charge carriers, base is a platform for the current conduction. And here FET is also having the three terminals. FET is also having the three terminals. First terminal name is named as source. Next terminal name is called it is drain, and the next terminal name is called it is gate. Here emitter is used to emit the charge carriers to the base, and here the collector is used to collect the charge carriers from the collector and base. Whatever emitter is doing the function, and that will be done by the source here. Whatever the collector is doing, that same function will be carried by the drain. But here the base and the gate will provide the distinguished functions. Here in place of the role of emitter has been done by the source, the role of collector will be done by the drain, whereas base here it is acting as a platform for the current conduction in the BJT, whereas gate is acting as a controlling input. That means what? By applying the gate voltage, we can control the current from the drain to source or source to drain. We can control the current from the source to drain or drain to source by applying the voltage at the gate terminal. So that there are three terminals are there for the FET. First one is source, another one is drain, and another one is a gate. Source will do the same function of emitter, drain will do the same function of collector, whereas the base and the gate will perform the some two distinguished operations. Base will act as a platform, whereas gate is nothing but it is a controlling input. Gate is nothing but it is a controlling input. So that based on this one we can go with the some properties of the FET. And here this BJT is having, here BJT is having the two junctions, we can call it is having the two junctions, so that it is named as bipolar and bijunction transistor. Whereas here also it can have the two junctions, and but these two junctions are not connected each other. That means what? These two junctions will be separated from one to another. There is no layerly connected connection between the two junctions, whereas here you can have the two junctions will be connected by making use of the one more layer. This is junction 1 and this is junction 2. In between the junction 1 and junction 2 we are having one layer. And here the two junctions are isolated by making use of the material that is nothing but it is a substrate. And here this is about FET. FET stands for field effect transistor. It can conduct the current. It can conduct the current due to the electric field induced in the body. Due to that electric field induced in the body, we can control the current by applying the voltage at the gate. So that gate is also named as controlling input. It is named as controlling input. Second point is that we know that it is having the two junctions, and these two junctions are back to back connected with the layer that is base, whereas these two are not connected back to back, so that this is isolated to each other. And coming to the one more important thing, we know that emitter base junction must be connected in forward bias and the collector base junction must be connected in reverse bias. That means what? Input is connected in forward bias so that it offers the very less resistance. Input impedance of the BJT is less compared to the input impedance of the FET, whereas here input is nothing but here the gate only. Gate will be connected always in reverse bias so that resistance of this input side will be more. Resistance will be more. That means what? Here this forward bias is connected. That here input junction is connected in forward bias. Input junction is connected in forward bias, so that resistance will be very small. Whereas here the input circuit is connected in reverse bias, the resistance is more, so that FET offers the more input impedance than the BJT. FET offers more input impedance than the BJT, so that input impedance of the FET is more than the BJT. And this is about the comparison between the BJT and FET. This is the BJT versus FET. Then here coming to the second one, here we are going to talk about some of the properties of the BJT that will be asked for the 2 or 3 marks in the exam. 2 or 3 marks in the exam, and this will be asked in the exam. First one, BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor. It can conduct the current due to the majority and minority charge carriers. It can have the two junctions, emitter base junction, collector base junction. Emitter base junction must be connected in forward bias, collector base junction connected in a reverse bias, and it offers the more resistance in the forward bias. It offers the less resistance at the input side because it is connected in reverse bias. It has the 3 terminals, emitter, base, collector, and this is we can get this is in a large size. And coming to the properties of FET. FET stands for field effect transistor. FET stands for field effect transistor. It can conduct the current due to the only majority charge carriers. Here it can conduct the current due to the majority and minority charge carriers. It can conduct the current due to the majority and minority charge carriers only. But FET conducts the current due to only one type of charge carrier. It conducts the current due to majority charge carriers only. Due to majority charge carriers. Due to the majority charge carriers only, it can conduct the current, whereas in case of BJT, it can conduct the current due to the majority and minority, so that it can be called as bipolar. Whereas FET can conduct the current due to the majority charge carriers only, so that it can conduct the current due to the majority. It can comes under unipolar transistor. Unipolar. It is bipolar and it is called unipolar. It can conduct the current due to the majority charge carriers only. The terminals of FET, we know that the terminals of FET, that is source, drain and gate. Source, drain and gate. Source is, in short, we can denote with capital S, drain we can denote with D, and gate will be denoted with G. As we discussed, gate must be connected in reverse bias only. Gate must be connected in reverse bias only. When the gate is connected in reverse bias, means it offers the more input resistance. In the PN junction diode forward bias and reverse bias characteristics, we have studied that when the PN junction diode connected in forward bias, it offers the less resistance. When the same PN junction diode connected in the reverse bias, it can offers the more resistance. By recalling that concept, we can come to know that when the gate is connected in reverse bias, the resistance offered more compared to the forward bias, so that it offers the more resistance. So that we know that gate must be connected in reverse bias, and gate is also named as controlling input. It is nothing but input only. That means what? Input is nothing but gate, and it is connected in reverse bias, so that input side we can have the more resistance. Here the input side, it is connected in forward bias, so that it offers the less resistance. Here the gate is at the input side and it is connected in reverse bias, so that it offers the very less resistance compared to the BJT. And source is connected in such a way that it has to supply the majority charge carriers. That means what? If the source is with N-type material, so that it has to supply the majority charge carriers. In case of N-type semiconductor, electrons are majority charge carriers, holes are minority charge carriers, so that according to the function of the source, it has to give the majority charge carrier. It has to supply the majority charge carrier, so that if it is N, so that it has to connect it to the negative repel, so that electrons will be supplied to the layer. And drain must be connected in such a way that it has to collect the majority charge carriers from the semiconductor, so that it has to connected in such a way that, for example, it is N, so that it has to connected in reverse bias, so that reverse bias means N has to connected to the positive, so that negative and positive both will be attracted, so that this positive polarity will attract all the holes, so that it is the biasing of the FET is very simple. Source must be connected in such a way that it has to be supply the majority charge carriers to the layer, and drain must be connected in such a way that it has to collect the majority charge carriers from the semiconductor bar, and the gate must be connected in a reverse bias mode. Then only it can control the current through the FET. So source must be connected in forward bias, whereas drain must be connected in reverse bias, and gate is also must be connected in reverse bias, so that gate is connected in reverse bias. As the reverse bias voltage increases, so that electric field intensity increases, so that in such a way that is going to control the current through the FET. And the very important point in case of comparison of BJT and FET, BJT is a current controlled device, whereas FET is a voltage controlled device. BJT is a current controlled device. That means what? The output current will be controlled by the input current, whereas here output current is controlled by the input voltage. That means what? Here the gate voltage is controlling the output current. Here the input current is going to control the output current. This is very important point. That is BJT is a current controlled device. That means what? Output will be controlled by the input current, whereas FET is a voltage controlled device. That means output will be controlled by the input voltage, and these two are the popular transistor, that is BJT and FET. And there are two types are there in the FET. One is JFET, another one is MOSFET. In case of FET, we will be having the two FETs. One is JFET, another one is MOSFET. JFET stands for junction field effect transistor. MOSFET stands for metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. In JFET, again we are having the two types. That is one is N channel JFET, another one is P channel JFET. In case of MOSFET, we are having the two more types. That is enhancement and depletion mode. And in the coming class, we are going to discuss about types of FET. And thank you, students.